I found a little something else for us. Here's one of Eastern Kentucky's largest snakes. Let me set him down. This is the black rat snake. Now, there's a belief about these things around here that this particular black snake, since it has coloration, has bred with a copperhead and is thusly venomous. Black snakes cannot interbreed with copperheads. Actually, you kind of don't like calling this thing a black snake, as there are 3 species around here colloquially called rat snakes. Let's see. You have the racer. You have, wow, this guy's really spazzy. You have the racer, the black king snake, and then of course you have the black rat, which I can't get to hold still. Wow, I've really never seen one freak out like this before. They're usually really calm. Let's see if we can calm him down a little bit. Just an easy way to calm a snake down is to put your hand over its head. Doing this makes it feel like it's in the dark, and it will often coil up. Often, not always. These guys eat birds, rats, mice. I saw one take a rabbit one time. These guys can get up to almost 7 feet long. They're our biggest snake. In cross section, they actually look like a loaf of bread. This actually helps them with climbing. You find these in trees more than you do on the ground. I actually found this one in a pawpaw tree. You can see he's actually puffing out a little bit. That's displaying that coloration on his sides. He's not trying to bite. He just wants to go away. These guys are another of my favorites to find just because they're so large and so active. These guys will climb trees and raid birds' nests. They get really big. These guys are completely harmless. They're big and they're scary looking to some people, but I assure you, they are completely harmless animals. They will bite, of course, if cornered. Way to tell what these guys are is good ways behavior. If you come up on a black racer, it's going to leave before you know it. Black king snake will pretty much hold still. These guys might rear up a little bit and look at you, but they don't usually run off fast. They usually move at about that speed right there. He's pretty big. These guys will eat anything mammal. They're also constrictors. They do usually have a bit of coloration. You can see they're not completely black. Let's take a look at the belly. The belly is checkerboarded. And like I said, these guys are cross-shaped like a loaf of bread. These guys are rough-scaled snakes, which means their scales are keeled. It's another adaptation for climbing. Let's take a look at the head here. I'm going to have to get him on my lap. Notice the head. It does look a little bit triangular, but there's no bulging like a copperhead. The eye, the pupil is round. If I can get that in focus. Yep. These guys are mainly diurnal. I have seen them at night, but they tend to hunt during the day. He's sitting down nicely on my lap now. They're usually, I mean, you can usually pick these up and they don't even bite, but I really do not recommend that. They can bite hard. And let's see. This guy's also a male. This time of year, he's probably out looking for a female to mate with, and we're going to let him go do just that. The top of the head, the scales up there are quite big. If we could get a little bit of focus here. It's supposed to be an HD camera, but I don't believe it. And of course, these guys are sight predators too. They have no heat vision like the pit vipers. They're simply just a big colubrid. Colubrids are the largest family of snakes. Pretty much anything that isn't a viper and a lapid or a boa or a python is a colubrid. I'm going to let this guy go because he's freaking out, but enjoy. And if you see one of these in the wild, just watch them for a while. They usually do some really neat stuff. You can watch them climb trees. Sometimes you'll witness predation on birds. I know some of you guys may not like that, but that's just how life goes. These guys have to live too. They've been here a lot longer than us. And if you think about it, snakes would seem such disadvantaged animals. No arms, no legs, only one lung. But they're one of the most successful groups of vertebrate predators on Earth. I mean, just watch the movement. He has no problem. I mean, can you imagine getting out climbing trees, hunting, and breeding with no arms, no legs, and one lung. You'll notice the tongue flicking, which is just, the tongue's forked, of course. There are two pits in the roof of the mouth. When he takes the tongue back into his mouth, he inserts those tips into those pits. It's an olfactory organ, which means smell, so he can smell. He can actually kind of a smell vision, and the smell is much better than that of a hound dog. Another adaptation these guys have for climbing is their heart is about in the center of their body. Most snakes' hearts within the first third or fourth of their body. The reason the heart's closer to the middle on these guys is so when they're climbing and they're straight up and down, they don't have blood pressure problems. I mean, these guys are so specialized. All snakes are such specialized animals. Hope you guys enjoyed looking at this guy. He's a really pretty example. I'm going to take him and put him back in his tree and let him go about his day. I really hope these videos give some of you guys a better understanding of snakes. These are more for my Facebook friends that aren't herpers than are herpers, because of course the herpers already know all about this stuff. But to you newbies or people that maybe just want to know more about the snakes in this area, I really hope these help. If you have any comments or any suggestions or any certain species you want me to do, just please let me know. And let's go look for more.